Hello, everyone. Welcome back to K-pop Appreciation. My name is Simon, and today we'll be looking at this wonderful, wonderful song by IU, and the song's name is 8. Before I begin, I'm going to do the obligatory trigger warning, first of all. So this video is going to contain references, some references to depression and suicide. Okay, if such topics bother you, then you may not want to continue with this video. All right, I just feel that's the considerate thing for me to do is to put that trigger warning there. Okay, if you're still with us, if you're, not if you're a subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what we normally do here is it's not your typical first time reaction channel. I've seen this video lots of times, and what we're going to do is we'll watch the video twice. The first time, I'm not going to pause it at all. I might make some comments here and there. And then we'll watch it a second time, and I'll stop, the video where I something about the video or the music or both that I particularly enjoy and appreciate and want to share that with you all. Okay? This song is fairly recent, came out in early May. And IU, for those of you who don't know, is a well-renowned singer-songwriter in South Korea. Like, she's top tier. Anytime she comes out with a song, it just sells out. Her albums sell out, everything. There's a common joke in K-pop circles that if IU was just to sing her grocery list, it would hit #1. So this song, she collaborated with SUGA, who's one of the rappers from BTS. He also produced the track as well. So, okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. This is not like an up-tempo, high-energy song. It's a sweet song. I would say it's a bittersweet song. Okay, but I'll let you listen for yourselves. So, without further ado, here is IU's 8. Oh, my nose is itchy. Keep scratching it. Now my shoulder's itchy. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of symbolism in this video, and we'll go over that later. Like you saw that lizard earlier. The lizard will make an appearance again. Love that shot. That one too. Now we get to Suga's rap. 서로가 만든 작은 섬 Forever young 영원이란 말은 못했어 작별은 마치 자랑부터 같이 그리움과 같이 마주하는 아침 서로가 이 영겁을 지나 거기서 나서 다시 만나 미워하던 누구의 말 다루고자 한 뼘짜리 추억을 잊는 게 참 쉽지 않아 시간이 지나도 여전히 날 붙드는 그곳에 that lyric. So the song is over. The actual song is like barely hits the 3 minute mark, but in the video here, there's like a little narrative outro. Yeah, you hear the echoes there of the song, the chorus. You know, are you happy now? So she's gonna faintly smile at the camera here. Camera zooms in, and the smile's gonna slowly fade. And I'm not sure what to make of her expression here. Doesn't look good to me. I mean, it's not a happy expression. So, okay. Um. So, yeah. I mean, if you don't, if you, so I remember when I first watched the video and the subtitles weren't available. Because of the visual aspect of the video, I was able to piece together. It's like, oh, you know what? I think like she's remembering something. You know, like she lost. You know, that's a story she's trying to tell. So so the reason the song is called Eight, and this is from IU herself. She said she called it Eight because by Korean age, Koreans. I know that sounded strange. Koreans don't measure age the same way we do. So in Korea, she's 28. By our normal way we record our ages, she's 27. But in Korea, she's 28. SUGA is also 28. Okay, and she wanted to talk about, she had mentioned like in the song she wanted to like speak to like her alter ego who is younger than her. Now, younger than her, that means in the past. Okay, she wanted to reflect on her past self, and talk about the things that she can't get back because time flows one way, and we could reminisce about the past, and our memories, they stay precious with us. But again, we can't go back to them. So, this is what she wanted to that was the main focus of the message she wanted to deliver, how she felt now being, 28. So, and you could see that in the video, right? Like it's really apparent, like the gecko being lost. She has the gecko lizard in the tank and then it disappears, and there's that animation part of this young girl, running carefree, and then like jumping off a cliff, and then like she jumps on top of a dragon, which I personally interpret, and most people interpret that that's the escaped lizard. It turned to a dragon at that point, Yeah, so she's reminiscing and she's nostalgic for that, because you can't have that back. Now, what I'm about to say is why I had that trigger warning at the beginning of the video. So this is a very subjective opinion interpretation on the video that's going around in K-pop circles. I'm going to link this one channel down below. It's called DK TV. They're these Korean YouTubers that are fluent in English, and one of them, he broke down the video through the lens of this particular interpretation. Okay, he did a really great job. I'll definitely link his video. So for those of you who don't know, K-pop has been racked with a number of like high-profile suicides. The first of these was November of 2017. There was this renowned boy group. It's called SHINee, and the leader of SHINee, his name is Jung-yoon. It was December 2017. He unfortunately took his own life. Fast forward to this past October. October 13th or 14th, another K-pop idol, her name is Sully. She used to be part of this great group called FX. She also took her life. And then 6 weeks after Sully took her own life, Guhara of this old school K-pop group called Kara, Guhara unfortunately took her own life 6 weeks after Sully did. So like in late November. So I know for a fact IU was close, personally from what my research indicates, IU was close with Jung-yoon and IU was close with Sully. And because Jung-yoon, he was a songwriter as well, and she talks about like one time he wrote a song and she really liked it and she asked him for it and he gave it to her. As for Sully, Sully would post on her Instagram a bit, from what I understand, and be like, "Oh," she'd post a lot of like food porn apparently, and she'd be like, "Oh, I use over at my house cooking me dinner." So, in any case, so a lot of people say that the interpretation, the video has images that references Junghyun and Sully and Hara. Okay, and that's why it's like really like nostalgic and heartbreaking. So anyway, what we'll do now, so now that you have the context, okay, that particular one theory, which IU has not officially endorsed at all, this is among the fans and whatnot. So yeah, so let's watch it again, okay. It's hard for me. A part of me feels guilty. I don't want to fixate just on this theory. I do want to look at the music as well, and the music is just hauntingly beautiful. But I would argue one of the main reasons it's hauntingly beautiful is because of its message. It's bittersweet, right? We all want to. So I keep scratching my nose. We all want to go back to the past, when times were better, with friends that were there that are no longer with us right now in the present. So yeah, so please allow me this indulgence, okay? I'm not trying to turn this into like depression, misery porn or anything, but I do believe this one reading, by of this subjective theory is valid. Okay, so let's go ahead and start again. I'll point out certain things. I like the old school stereo setup there. Okay, if you can't, hold on. Okay, so for this old school like massive data tape recorder, cassette recorder. So the cassette wheel on the left, all the way on the left, extreme left of the YouTube window frame here. I don't know if you can make it out. It says omnibus. For those of you who are non-native speakers of English, an omnibus is a collection of stories. Okay, you're gonna see there she's uploading her memories, to save them, And here in Korean, hold on, there's actually, let me shut up for a second. Okay, so that prompt, well, I mean, I can't read Korean, but so yeah, in Korean, as we explained on the other channel, which I'll link, it asks, "Do you wish to save your memories?" Okay, and she's going to hit yes, and the science fiction uploading will begin of her memories. Okay, so do you see how like it just transitioned from the camera frame? It's her body. We're looking from her body from up top, and now you see the frame. She's closing her eyes, and there was this light that branched out. Okay. How the light branches out in that pattern, it's a sideways 8. Okay, the song is called 8, and on the album jacket, the number 8 is placed sideways, and if you know, as you know, a sideways 8 is also the symbol for infinity. Okay. Her voice is so sweet. Okay, so musically, again, it was just like, "Are you happy now?" Again, it's just her voice, right? And then like when the other instruments come in, right here. It's just musically, I just think it's beautiful. Okay, now I do want to point out one image here. Okay, so you see her hand. So on the other awesome channel, that DK TV channel, they pointed out the number of like white stones or these pearl things that are attached to her hand here. They counted them. It's 27. So which makes sense. So again, in her official interview, she mentioned like, she's talking to her younger alter ego. This is the younger alter ego who's only 27 years old, that exists in her past. Okay. sorry, I have to pause there. I just love those shots. Like here, how it builds up, and there, just like that sun right behind her, you know, and her arms are stretched out back, like, you know, it's like very carefree. This is a happy moment right now, you know, in her memories. And as the lyric says, under the orange sun, we could dance where there are no shadows. That shot is great. I hope that videographer and the editor, they got a raise. It's a beautiful shot of her. And again, it's what's the word in English? Exultant, hopeful, you know? So, yeah. See you in my memory, that is beautiful. I mean, isn't that like life? You know, sometimes we look at the past with rose-colored lenses, like, oh, in the olden days it was better, you know. And sometimes that's accurate, and sometimes it's not. You know, human memory can be fickle because we have our biases. I want to start the thing again. Hold on, mainly because it's a guilty pleasure. I like the shot, but there's something I want to point out. Okay, so I think this is a deliberate shot. There's another channel I'm going to link below. It's a great K-pop reaction channel. It's called Form of Therapy. They are they have experience in video production, and they pointed this out. So, you know, the lyric is, we dance together where there are no shadows. But here's the thing, and you can see in the house, you know, she's running carefree, but the way you could see that shadow of her, and it's been interpreted not just on Form of Therapy. Actually, I don't know, Form of Therapy, they mentioned it, but I know on the other Korean channel they did. Like, this is a deliberate shot here. It's a fantasy world, right? But the shadow is telling you it's still not real, because, you know, the dark, the awful things about real life, it's still out there in reality, you know? So like, in this case, her past can't, you know, it's a subtle reminder of, like, you can't go back. The happiness you feel right now, you're just remembering it. You don't really feel happy right now because it's really just all gone. I know that was like super depressing to think about, but, you know, it's true to a certain extent. So, hold on for a second. All right, those two shots there, and this is where the Form of Therapy channel, because since they have filmmaking and video production experience, they pointed this out. This frame here, hold on. Okay, here, and so remember the shot. Okay, so see how she turns in both of those shots. So it's obvious, like, she's like playing with someone, having fun with someone. And the term Form of Therapy used, both of those shots are voyeuristic, you know, which, you know, it means like you're kind of like almost like an intruder, like you're peeking into their privacy, and that's a little disturbing in some ways. But in this case, the idea being, you know, IU wants to show you, okay, you get a peek of her memories right now. You know, she's giving you that shot, a peek through the keyhole, you know. And yeah, but she's definitely engaged in play. This is a happy memory. There's someone there with her. That's the whole point, you know, that's no longer there. Again, that's another shot. You know what, let me go back to the lizard. Okay, so earlier I had mentioned the suicide, the unfortunate suicide of that K-pop artist Junghyun. So apparently, and also Guhara. So apparently, Guhara's nickname was Iguana. I never knew that. Okay. As for Junghyun, as you remember in the first viewing of the video, there's that animation part, and like the girl in white jumps on a dragon, and it's a given that the iguana that escapes, or this lizard that escapes, turns into a dragon. Junghyun apparently was a really big Pokemon fan, apparently. And his favorite Pokemon was Charizard, which is also a winged dragon type of, you know, creature. So, And as you remember later, this lizard is not going to be here anymore in the tank. Alright, let me stop here on my man's flow, on Suga's flow here. He raps, being forever young is like a sandcastle. At first when I read that, I'm like, what? And then I thought about it, I'm like, oh, it's genius. Because a sandcastle, if you ever build a sandcastle on the beach, I was raised in Florida. Although I didn't like the outdoors too much, really. It was kind of hard to avoid the beach in Florida. Build a sandcastle. It doesn't last very long. People might kick it by accident, or eventually the tide comes in, right? The water comes in and washes it away. And I think that's the whole point. Like, we all can't stay forever young. So... forever young. And here, goodbye is like an emergency alert. The idea being like, sometimes because in the earlier verses, you remember IU was talking about, people, they leave without saying goodbye. If that's the way how life is, I don't want to love anymore. That's pretty much the lyric. And here, we've all received those emergency texts, like, warning, I get flash flood warnings a lot and tornado warnings where I live in America. But yeah, it's like this sudden thing. So, notice here the plane is flying into storm clouds. That's foreboding. It's not a good thing. To see you on the island again. So the idea of the island being our memories. Okay, so. Sorry, musically, I don't know. I mean, the guitar has always been there in the instrumental, but for some reason, for me, I just like the guitar part right here. I don't know why. Just listen for it. It's like highlighting her voice. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so people have said, so the subjective theory I'm sharing with you right now, this is Sully, the girl in white, okay? And she's gonna run carefree. The animation matches the lyric. It's an orange sky. She sings about an orange sun. That line right there. There's no gloomy ending. I'll see you in the memory. So the dragon representing Jung-yun and possibly Hara. You got Sully. They're flying away now, happy. So. And there is IU. First, I wasn't sure if that was IU, but then if you notice this animated depiction here, there's a beauty mark under the left eye, and IU does have that beauty mark in real life. So yeah, so that's IU. You know what? We need to talk about that last lyric. I know this video's gone over 20 minutes already. So she says, "It's a nightmare. I don't want to wake up forever." When I first read that, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Is this one of these lost in translation kind of deals that doesn't? So the idea from how it was explained on on that DK TV channel, the idea being, okay, so the memory world where she was uploading her stuff, the construct where she was uploading her memories in, she knows it's a nightmare, because it's not real. She knows deep down it's not real. Her friends are gone, or the past is gone. So that's why she uses the word nightmare. But that being said, even though she knows it's not real, she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to wake up. And I agree with that interpretation. I buy it. So here, you hear you're gonna hear faint echoes of a. Sorry, I keep scratching myself. I swear I took a shower before this. Okay, people are like, oh my god, Simon, that dirty, dirty YouTuber, he keeps scratching his face. And anyway, at this point, you're gonna hear echoes of the song. Are you happy now? So are you happy now? Yes, you're happy now. So, and she looks at the camera, and this was explained on DKTK TV, and I didn't really think about it until they talked about it. So she faintly smiles. So she faintly smiles, and you still hear, "Are you happy now?" So in one way, that can be interpreted like, okay, she's thinking of her friends, like hopefully they're at peace, right? But don't forget, towards the end of this, that smile disappears, like right now, and you just get this cold stare, and and again, now you're wondering that juxtaposed with the audio playing of "Are you happy now?" It's like, what does she mean by that? And one interpretation is that "Are you happy now?" combined with this face is aimed towards all the horrible people that wrote hate comments that probably contributed to Sully and Guhara's suicide, because they were subjected to that a lot. You could Google that for yourself. It's awful. Yeah, and and interestingly enough, IU among Korean celebrities has a very fearsome reputation. So in Korea, you can. So defamation laws don't work the same way as they do in America. So someone could write something really horrible about you that's true, but if it like the by Korean law, if it's so like damaging to the person, reputation, even though it's true, you can be sued for it. So anytime IU gets someone who writes a horrible hate comment or something nasty about her, she sues them into oblivion. And there's jail time and fines and whatever. And sometimes like Korean celebrities, they feel bad for the when they like when someone, and this happened with Sully actually. She talked about this. Someone had wrote a horrible rumor about her, like a hate comment, like, "Oh, I saw her at a hospital, and she's a total slut. I know she's at the hospital. She was at the OBGYN. She was checking herself out for an abortion." Yeah. And it's totally false. So one, it was false. Okay, so even under American law, that person been screwed. So she had the case ready to sue the person into the ground, and the person like begged for her Sully's mercy. It's like, "I'm so sorry. I was just so mad at life. I'm a university student. I'm really stressed. So I wrote without thinking." And Sully, being the wonderful person she is, she said, "Okay, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna drop the suit." So yeah. IU on the other hand, no. For this tiny, and IU's like a super tiny girl. No. Well, yeah, she goes after the people who write hate comments on her. It's good for her. It's a big problem in Korean society. Anyway, so I bombarded you guys a lot there with information and everything. I hope that gave you another lens on how to engage with the music. Okay, it's a beautiful song. I know, like when I first heard the song, and even without subtitles, I knew it was bittersweet. Okay, like there was like it was exultant, but there were these slow parts. I knew like, oh no, she's saying about it sounds happy on the surface, but there's a more somber message underneath. Okay, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this appreciation video. Check out IU, she's great. And SUGA did a great job producing the track as well. Army, that's BTS's fandom. Armies around the world should be so proud of SUGA. He's really shining as a producer. He's got the real talent. Okay, on the 29-minute mark here, I'm gonna let you all go. Thank you for spending time with me. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy, be good to each other. Take care now. Bye bye.